For more than 3 decades, families of those who died at Hillsborough have campaigned for legal safeguards to prevent public cover-ups. The so-called Hillsborough Law, promised by Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer to mark the 36th anniversary of the disaster, will now miss its expected parliamentary deadline. Campaigners say Home Secretary Shabnam Mahmood has refused to meet relatives in recent weeks and is opposing an amendment designed to ensure the security services cannot mislead inquiries. Charlotte Hennessy, whose father Jimmy died in the 1989 disaster, told the BBC she felt the Home Secretary was obstructive and unwilling to engage with families directly. Liverpool MP Ian Byrne, also at Hillsborough, said he shared real concerns about the delay and called for discussions with campaigners, lawyers and ministers to resolve outstanding issues. Ministers have not met with victims' representatives since January, following debate over the bill's application to security services.
The amendments aim to strengthen the bill by extending the duty to individual employees of the intelligence services as well as to the services as organisations. However, it is clear from our conversations with the families directly and the stakeholders that there are concerns about how the accompanying safeguards we proposed will work in practice. There will be questions on why we could not find a solution and why we need to delay when families have been clear on their views. I want to be clear that this is an incredibly complex area of policy. Across government, we must think about all of the possible scenarios and unintended consequences for national security, and then work together with Parliament, the Intelligence and Security Committee, the campaigners, and most of all, the families, in order to find a way through.
The proposed legislation would create a duty for public authorities to cooperate fully with official inquiries and provide truthful evidence. Ministers have stressed that national security must not be compromised, and the government has delayed the bill to ensure it works properly. Barrister Pete Weatherby Casey, a Hillsborough Law campaign director, said the parliamentary timing now makes it impossible for the law to pass in this session, adding that the impasse lies with the government rather than families. Campaigners remain determined. Margaret Aspinall, who lost her son James, said that the Prime Minister had personally pledged support for the law and should advocate for the victims.
So I am delighted to say that this year we do not have to make any more vows. We have a law, the Hillsborough Law.
Officials have confirmed the bill is expected to be carried over to the next parliamentary session, with ministers committed to progressing it. A government spokesperson said the Hillsborough Law will apply to intelligence services while safeguarding national security, stressing that careful drafting is essential to get this right. For families, this is about more than legislation. It's about accountability, truth and ensuring that the tragedy of Hillsborough is never repeated.